Today, 15th of October 2019, I had the honor to present my credentials as EU Ambassador to the President of the Sovereign Council of Sudan, First Lieutenant General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. I congratulated the President with the achievements so far of the Council and the transitional government in progressing the transition to a democratic government along the lines of the constitutional agreement of 17 August 2019. I assured the President that the European Union and its member states are very keen on being a key partner for the transitional authorities. I informed him that we are eager to hear more about the policy priorities of the government and that we welcome the first indications of these priorities such as peace, economy, women, youth, human rights, and humanitarian aid. Particularly the appointment of the government with 4 female ministers and the first female Chief Justice in Africa are important signals that the new Sudanese government is making important efforts towards equal rights for men and women. I also told the President that we welcome the efforts to reach out to armed groups to bring about sustained and sustainable peace in the country as an important prerequisite to succeed in the transitional process. Expectations are high, and I assure the President that the EU stands ready to play its role in the international efforts to support this transitional process. We hosted the last encounter of the so-called Friends of Sudan last July and remain closely engaged in the coordination process of international support. We are happy to see that Sudan will join the next Friends of Sudan meeting in Washington next week. I informed the President that we are preparing an EU support package to the transition process, and we hope to continue discussions on support and the transition agenda with appropriate line ministries. This package stands in a long tradition of support to the Sudanese people. The EU is one of the biggest humanitarian donors to Sudan. Since 2011, the EU has provided about €500,000 to humanitarian organizations to respond to the various crises in the country. I mentioned to the President that we appreciate the Sudanese interest in ratifying the Cotonou Agreement, as this would be an important step for cementing the relations between Sudan and the European Union, as well as for opening up opportunities for important financial support, such as, for example, EIB investments and for regular policy dialogue. I expressed our support for delisting Sudan from the US state sponsors of terrorism list. In conclusion, I reiterated the need for Sudan to create a completely new enabling environment based on humanitarian principles and relevant legal frameworks. In this regard, the EU welcomes the recent announcement by the Humanitarian Aid Commissioner of the facilitation of movement of humanitarian workers and the delivery of humanitarian assistance. I am honored and proud to have been welcomed by the President of the Sovereign Council to the country, and I am eagerly looking forward to represent the European Union as ambassador in this important period of transition of the country. Thank you very much.